When I posted the ad for the spare room, I wasn't seeking companionship. I was seeking erasure. After 6 months with Ravi, the self-proclaimed night owl producer whose bass drops rattled the walls until 4 a.m. and whose creative energy left cigarette burns on my coffee table, I craved silence so profound it bordered on absence. Someone who paid rent punctually, used the space sparingly, and left no trace, a ghost on paper. Daniel's message arrived at 2:14 a.m., the timestamp glowing on my phone like an accusation. Interested in the room? Infrastructure consultant. Long-term field assignments. Need mailing address and occasional crash pad. 6 months upfront. Available to view tomorrow? I replied yes before my better judgment could catch up. We met at a small bakery on Mall Road, the kind with sticky tables and coffee that tasted faintly of yesterday. He was 32, maybe 33, pressed shirt, soft gray eyes, handshake firm but measured. His voice carried the calm of someone accustomed to being alone in dangerous places. "Solo occupant?" he asked, stirring his black coffee without looking up. "Yes." "No one drops by unannounced? Family, partner?" "No." He nodded once, as if filing the information away. "Good." The transfer hit my account while we were still sitting there. Deposit plus 6 months. The notification vibrated against my thigh like a secret. "I'll move a few things in tonight, leaving for a site survey at dawn. Won't be back for weeks, maybe months." I should have asked more questions. I didn't. He was gone before I returned from work. The spare room held only one medium suitcase, black, placed precisely in the center of the floor. No clothes rack, no lamp, no personal items visible. The air inside carried a faint metallic tang, like coins left in rain. For 7 weeks, perfection. The apartment felt larger, quieter. I read entire novels without interruption. I left dishes in the sink overnight without guilt. The fridge hummed its usual lullaby. The pipes clicked like distant Morse code. I slept deeply, dreamlessly. Then memory began to slip. One Tuesday, my keys were not in the brass dish by the door. They rested on the kitchen island instead, arranged in a neat line. I stood staring, retracing my steps in my mind. Had I carried them there? Had fatigue blurred the sequence? I returned them to the dish and dismissed it. 4 days later, my toothbrush was wet at 10:47 p.m., bristles glistening as though used minutes earlier. I live alone. I brush morning and night, no exceptions. I touched the handle, still cool from disuse. Condensation, I told myself. Lahore's humidity plays tricks. But the bathroom mirror felt fogged in a way it shouldn't, the steam pattern uneven, as if someone had exhaled close to the glass and then wiped it hastily. Small disturbances accumulated like dust. The refrigerator door ajar by a centimeter when I returned from the market, a yogurt pot lighter by 2 spoonfuls, lid resealed imperfectly. Orange juice cap loose, though I twist it until it clicks twice. I began counting. 11 eggs in the carton Sunday night, 10 Monday morning. No shell fragments in the bin, no pan on the stove, no crumbs. I bought the camera on impulse from an Anarkali electronics shop, a cheap indoor model with motion detection and cloud backup. I mounted it on the bookshelf, angled toward the kitchen and living area. The hallway and bedrooms stayed out of frame, a compromise. First 2 nights, nothing. Third night, 3:12 a.m. The footage showed 11 seconds of clean jump cut. 3:11:58, kitchen empty, fridge closed. 3:12:09, fridge door open 3 inches, pale light spilling across tiles. No figure, no shadow, No motion blur, just time excised. The log reported no disconnection, no failed ping, motion detection silent during the gap. Next morning, 9 eggs. I stopped sleeping through the night. Every floorboard creak became deliberate. The wind against the window sounded like fingertips testing glass. At 2:03 a.m. one Thursday, I woke to the unmistakable rasp of fabric sliding along the hallway, slow, patient, like someone dragging a coat behind them. I lay rigid, pulse loud in my ears. It ceased the instant I sat up. I opened the bedroom door, hallway empty, Daniel's door shut as always. I laughed aloud the next day, harsh, brittle. Loneliness invents company. The mind fills voids with phantoms. But I was not alone. The realization settled like damp in the lungs. I emailed him. "Everything all right? Haven't heard from you." Reply arrived at 4:55 p.m. Project extended, remote site, no cell service. Appreciate discretion. No signature, no pleasantries. That evening, I stood in his doorway for the first time since move-in. Suitcase gone. No scuff on carpet, no dust shadow on floorboards. The room smelled faintly of wet soil after rain, impossible in February. I forwarded the bank transfer screenshot to my landlord. He called within the hour. "No co-tenant registered, your sole occupant." But the payment? Accounts a burner wallet, closed 2 weeks ago. Funds are clean but untraceable. My knees buckled against the couch. The money was real. The emails existed in my sent folder. The handshake in the bakery cafe had left a memory imprint, his fingers slightly colder than expected. Yet no paper trail. That night, I booked a room at a budget motel near Dasa Darbar. Single bed, chain lock, fluorescent buzz. At 2:47 a.m., I woke not to sound, but to wait. The mattress dipped at the edge, subtle, as though someone sat carefully, distributing pressure. I opened my eyes. Room empty. Lamp on. Nothing. But the chain on the door bore fresh scratches, parallel lines, shallow, repeated, like fingernails probing for weakness. Morning found me back at the apartment with 2 officers. They swept every corner. No forced entry, no crawl spaces, no false walls. The camera footage played on my laptop. The officer paused at 3:12. "No glitch," he said gently. "Continuous timestamp. Fridge never opens." I stared. "I saw it. 11 seconds missing." He replayed. Smooth. No jump. "You're sure you didn't edit this?" The dresser in my bedroom had been pulled away from the door. It stood flush against the wall again, as though never moved. "I barricaded it." He raised an eyebrow, but said nothing. They left. I stayed. Evening descended. Phone buzzed. Unknown number. Photo. Me on the couch, exactly now. Back view. Head bowed over screen. Shot from the hallway. I spun. Empty. Second photo. Same angle. Closer. Timestamp live. 2 minutes later. Third, from my bedroom doorway. Me frozen, phone raised. Text overlay. You looked. I don't remember packing. I remember only fragments, shoving clothes into a duffel, leaving lights on and bolting the door behind me. I surrendered the lease, transferred to a high-rise in Gulberg, 15th floor, 24/7 guard, biometric entry. New cameras in every room, cloud-synced, motion alerts to phone. Nothing ever triggers. Yet at 3:04 a.m. sometimes, the phone vibrates once. No notification banner. Camera app opens itself. Black screen reflects my face, bleary, illuminated by screen glow. Behind me, in the dark glass, a shape occasionally stands. Closer than physics allows. Not touching,
not retreating, just there, watching. I tell myself it's reflection artifact, pareidolia, exhaustion. But some mornings the toothbrush bristles are damp again, and some nights the mattress dips at the foot, just enough for the sheets to pull taut. Not enough to see, just enough to feel. I no longer invite absence. I know now, absence invites. Some tenants require no lease, no key, no suitcase. They only need you to believe the room was ever empty. And once you open the door, even just a crack, they never truly leave.